Okay, I think at least my little counter says that we're live, so I'm going to assume that we are. I'm so excited. I just get giddy. I don't know. I get giddy about BOGOs. Obviously, I don't know why. Why do I get so bloody excited about BOGOs? But I do. But like
it's Christmas.
It's like Christmas, and it's like I love this surprise aspect. I love just all of it. It's so exciting. I mean, we kind of know that we get a spring BOGO, but yet we never know quite how. And this time it's so different. So we're gonna talk about that. But first, I want to introduce our wonderful panel, or coffee table of friends that we have going on here. We have Miss Susan from Epiphany Essentials.
Good morning.
Good morning. So happy to see you. By the way, guys, if you are watching this, you will see our email addresses right below our photos. If you want to reach out to any of us, feel free to do so. If you are just listening to this, they will be in the show notes below. We have our wonderful partner, Miss Joan from BosqueOm Essentials.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Great to be here.
Right? So excited. And then, of course, our wonderful, always bringing the emotional side in for us. What would we do without, we'd all be a mess without our fantastic friend and partner, Miss Diana from Wellness is Essential.
Hi, I'm springing forward with you.
Yes. And look, already Beverly's popping in. She's so excited too. So it's not just me. It's not just us who are this nerdy. I mean, look, I like a good deal. I don't know what it is. I think you're right, Susan. I think it's the surprise, Christmas excitement, energy buildup. I love that I get to see you guys. I love when we get to sort of do it's like a little power boost to our oil collection, a little like leveling up, if you will, right? So we are talking about BOGO Week for March 2022. We have some great things, but first, there's some interesting changes going on. First off, what day is it today? It is not a Monday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Wednesday. So we are running this BOGO from the 16th through the 22nd of March. And so how it will work is that today you can only buy the BOGO box. The BOGO box has actually every single oil, as well as a bonus oil that you can get today or while supplies last. In the past, there have been days where it was only for that first 24 hours and then it went away. Now doTERRA is being gracious and allowing it to remain for as long as supplies last. Now that might be today. I don't know. So, make good choices. There are a limit to 5 per account. 5, guys. That's exciting. When you see what oils, I know, isn't that? Usually it's 4, right? But there are, or 3. A limit to 5. Oh my gosh, Beverly, hold on. I have to put this up because Beverly is saying that, can you stand it? This is going to get me my rose with my points. Yes. So Beverly is obviously a member.
That is very exciting. Woo!
You got to love a free bottle of rose oil, right? But when you buy this BOGO box, if you don't know this, I'm getting
Feedback.
A little feedback. There, it went away. Okay. If you don't know this, when you order your BOGO box on your LRP, your loyalty rewards program, you get points back. I think like 40 some odd points for those of us who are at, the 30% level. That's a lot of points next month to be able to use toward whatever you want. And your points do accumulate. So Beverly has saved up her points. And now this is going to push her over, again, leveling up, right? Push her over the top so that she's going to be able to get that rose, which I just think is awesome. Good for you. How fun.
Yes, and she's getting the rose, the not rose touch. She's talking about getting the bottle of rose.
Yep.
Pure rose.
She's been so patiently waiting to get there.
The big kahuna, right, of oils that you can have in your collection, and especially during these times. I mean, I keep it in the box.
Me too.
I just admire all of you who have the patience to save up the points for Rose, right? I think I'm going to. and then I use them. And then it creeps up, and then I use them. So bravo.
You hit that like 200 points and you're like,
I'm
oh,
going to get other stuff, you know?
those points burn a hole in your pocket, huh? Well, I accumulate points rather quickly with the size of our family, you know, and so I can do it, but you do watch your points go zoom, you know, when you do the rows, but it's better than my wallet. So I'm happy to have, you know, those free points for stuff I buy anyway, getting me such an amazing and supportive oil. So yeah, so you're able to use your points for this. I think that this is a great deal. We're going to talk a little bit about each of the oils today. This one, I don't know. What do you guys, I feel like this is like a back to basics BOGO box.
Yeah.
How's that for alliteration? So we have like 7 of the top 10 oils. We have some amazing emotional support with things like balance and serenity and Adaptiv capsules, which is absolutely awesome. I'm not even going to talk about it until we get there. It's just a great box of tools. And of course, we all love our beautiful Susan, how is that wine cellar of beautiful aging over there?
It's pretty good, and I will say getting resupplied this week.
Yeah, you have a new vintner or whatever it's called, like a new year.
I have them marked so that I know when they started.
Well, so if you're wondering what that's about, apparently beautiful ages beautifully, so you can tell the difference between your older beautiful and your newer beautiful, similar to a wine. So the idea is to go ahead and put a few away in a little dark cabinet somewhere and break them out down the road. So now you'll be happy to break out some of the old ones because you have a new supply.
Yep. Time to rotate.
Time to rotate. All right. So shall we have I missed anything in this first part about how the BOGO works? I will say, if you do not have a membership, and this is important, okay, there we go. If you do not have a membership yet and you want to get the BOGO box, you have 2 options. One is a super bonus option that we're going to talk about at the end of this live today, where you're going to get even more free stuff added on. But the other is that you can buy retail, which I think comes in at just under about $200. I don't know why you would, because doTERRA is giving you the membership for free. So you can get the whole BOGO box for $146 plus like tax. Free shipping, by the way, totally free shipping. Sent directly to your house and nothing else. So I don't know why you wouldn't choose to do it that way, but you do have those options, right? People have their reasons. So if you do not have a membership yet, again, our email addresses are here. Reach out to us. We are the most chill people as far as answering questions and letting you make your decisions, because yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. So we really enjoy being able to help you figure out the best way to get started, and we will help you with that. So be sure and watch till the end too, because we have this whole cool little add-on that you're going to get for free, which is pretty amazing. So let's jump on in to what we're talking about, with the first thing being the bonus oil that comes only if you buy the box, right? So this is for people who choose, like, you know what, I just want one set of everything, and I'm going to order the box. Those people get this awesome bonus free oil added into their box. And this is kind of like the beautiful. It's a tried and true favorite among so many people. I wish Cindy were here to do her happy dance over it, because I've never seen a person like an oil as much as Cindy likes citrus bloom. So what are you guys' thoughts on this one? How is this one being used in your household? Give us some tips. Throw anything out there that you've got. That why do you need citrus bloom in your life, or do you even need it?
You do. I think you do need it. I actually have mine in the diffuser over here. I have an L-shaped desk, and so it's over here going, and I added a few other things. I added a little bit of peppermint because I also needed a little bit more boost this morning to sit down at my work desk. And then I actually added a drop of vanilla to it as well this morning. But it is really, like, full disclosure, I am not a fan of the Citrus Bliss that is a regular oil, right? To me, and I know a lot of people are, but to me, there's too much vanilla on it. It tends too sweet. Citrus Bloom is beautiful, but peppy, right? There's enough of the citrus to lift. So it doesn't feel overly sweet. It's just bright and refreshing, and it's perfect for this time of year. I mean, anytime really, but it's really beautiful. It's a beautiful oil to diffuse, to put in a roller for yourself. Yeah, I love it. I really do.
I feel like I love that it's a springtime blend, but I love that we kind of it pops up this time of year, obviously. I feel like emotionally it helps to pull me out of the winter sort of mental state and swing me right into that spring sort of like starting new things. What's going on in the yard? What little projects can I do? What are our plans for this summer? Like that hopeful looking forward into like investing into, coming out of hibernation.
Yeah.
It's really good for that. And if you're not a floral person, which Joan and I both are not, this is a fantastic, it's amazing. It's that citrus, I think, that really kind of cuts the sweetness, like you were saying, of the flowers. And so it's just fresh.
It has a real brightness to it.
Absolutely.
And I think emotionally, I'm sure Diana will talk about this, but emotionally it has that sense. And quite honestly, even if we were not doing this morning, if we didn't have the BOGO happening today, I would probably have Citrus Bloom in my diffuser at my desk because my workday is a little stressful, and it just gives me that support to be happy that I sat down at my desk this morning.
Yeah, well, you did have this to look forward to at least, right?
Well,
So
yes.
But yeah, I agree. It has a great emotional boost to it. So Diana, what do you have information for us on that?
Yeah, Citrus Bloom is the oil of new beginnings. So perfect for springtime, right? And it's just right here ready to kind of clear that stagnant energy and help you to move on into something new. And the citrus that's in it, brings you that abundance and that feeling of compassion for yourself when you feel like you've been kind of stopped or stagnant. And get ready to embrace yourself and your opportunities and your new adventure in figuring out what you're doing next, right? It's all about you. And honestly, it's just like optimistic, right? Because the oils, we're always saying they uplift, but that's like the word that we needed was optimistic. So that brings that optimism out in us, and you're ready to transform into your new spring you. Plus, in terms of like usage, I have Citrus Bloom from the other BOGOs or other times, and I keep one next to the diffuser at all times. Whatever diffuser in whatever room, it's right there, because we love blending diffuser blends. Nobody doesn't love to do that. But when you're just like, you just sat down and you're trying to hurry up and get going, it's right there, and I can just put it in my diffuser and I'm like ready. I'm set. I know it's perfect for every day.
It checks all the boxes, right? You don't just that oil alone in your diffuser and you're good to go. Yeah, it's such a favorite oil that it has now been blended into we have deodorants, we have hand wash, we have body wash, we have all of these things that you can get that are part of a Citrus Bloom collection. My husband uses the Citrus Bloom deodorant. So, because it's the one we have, but we have the Balance as well. And he loves that one, but he likes this one. It's a nice, like I said, it's fresh. And I love that word optimistic. That's exactly the word. And who doesn't need a little optimism these days, right? It's a 15 ml bottle. The value here, I think on wholesale is like $24.50. You're getting this completely free. If you ordered every BOGO tomorrow, which we're going to talk about later, but if let's say you ordered all the BOGOs tomorrow, not in the box, you would not get this oil. You can only get this oil if you order the box. So please note that when you go in to place your order, you're going to want to order the BOGO box, and then this citrus bloom will be mailed to you with your order. Same for anyone who enrolls with the free enrollment. They will get this when they enroll with the box. So wonderful. Moving on, jump in if I'm cutting you off, anybody, but moving on, I think that one of the most exciting things, I'm going to just do a little bit of sound maintenance here. There we go. Unmute if just jump in, guys. Tea tree. We're going to start a little part here where we talk about the 7 oils that are part of this BOGO box, that are part of what are like the top 10 most impactful oils, the everyday use oils, the most versatile oils that you can have, tools that are essential, for your, kit. Okay. Your little kit of everything that you absolutely have to have. I can tell you every single one of these are things. My husband right now is in Florida for work. These are things that are always in his box of oils that he's amongst other things, but these are non-negotiable in the in the little bag that he takes with him whenever he travels. When my son was living, in a dorm room in college, had to have these oils. So we're going to talk about these 7, and you're going to get these in the box starting tomorrow. The little pairings, that if you're not familiar, doTERRA does a daily release of different pairings. So in other words, maybe, you're going to order tea tree and you might get lavender for free. Okay. It's not the same oil twice, which I think matters to a lot of people. To me, I love that. I love that I get to expand the versatility, but I don't know what the pairings will be. We'll find that out tomorrow, but I know for sure that if they mix any of these together, like the ones that we're all going to talk about today, I'm snagging a bunch of them because they are something that we use over and over and over again, as well as the box, right? Now, Joan, we were talking earlier just briefly about how Joan is a single person household. Well, she's got some other people there, but they're very furry.
They are furry, and the dog uses oils, but not as much, right?
Not quite as much, but they last a long time. So you may already have quite the collection, and so you might choose to piecemeal and not do a box, right?
Right. Yeah, you could absolutely do that. Wait until they're all released, and we'll talk about that because that's a little bit different this BOGO round as well. But yeah, you can pick and choose, right? If you don't need or want the whole box, I will say if you don't have a bunch of multiples of these, right, this box is a killer deal just because they are. I mean, I use all of these oils plus the supplement that's coming in it all the time. But, right, full disclosure, I'm probably not getting the box because I have multiples of all of them. And in a one-person household, they last a really long time, even with using them on a daily basis in DIY cleaners, in my diffusers, in beauty product, in regimen, all the time. Yeah. But they last a long time. They really do. It's a great investment.
Yeah, I think you're right. If I like to be like 3 deep.
Right.
Because you're getting, you're going to get half of these oils for free. And the other, basically if you price it all out, the box, again, it's $146. There's 13 different products. It ends up sitting around, $11, a little less, around that number, per oil.
Which is crazy.
Product, which is amazing. Crazy. Yeah. I hate the idea that one day I'm going to pay full price for it because I didn't take advantage of the BOGO. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll debate it, but probably not. But if you've like just enrolled recently, right, or haven't had the chance to be in on a bunch of BOGOs, which is how I built on my back stock, right?
Yeah.
This is a fantastic one to really bolster your collection.
Absolutely. This one is exactly that.
It's like the most useful oils I've seen in a BOGO. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So Susan, you're the pendulum swung the other way. You and I, right? We have households of 7 people. How many BOGO boxes do you think you're going to get to put you on the
that is the golden question for me for this week. I've already ordered one, so now I need to decide, do I just go deep on honestly, it's hard to decide which ones I would order separately because we use every single one of these oils. There's not a one that doesn't get daily use in our house. So I'm excited to see which ones are paired with which. If tea tree winds up with lavender, I'll probably have to order as many as I possibly can because those two are really hard to keep in stock right now. As you said, we have allergy sufferers in our house, and so the allergy blend is going almost nonstop around the clock in one or multiple rooms. And so the lavender, lemon, and peppermint are constantly in use. Tea tree we use for so many things in cleaners, for toenails, for dandruff, for all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Acne. I mean, it's such a like lavender, such a multifunction.
Oh yeah,
to have,
you have to have tea tree. You have to have multiples of tea tree. I use tea tree. We use it in our laundry. I am obsessed with those little laundry pods that doTERRA has now. I really like them. I didn't think I would, but they are powerhouse in my big giant. Anyway, we're not going there, but I add though into the little, liquidy part or whatever, a few drops of tea tree into our laundry because I do have a lot of boys. And girls of an age that, hormones, like it is just the cutter of all things. It just is amazing, for cleaning everything. I can't get enough of it. We use it all the time. I actually love it in my diffuser. I love the smell of tea tree oil. I think it smells incredible.
Well, and the respiratory support that it gives when diffused, amazing.
Absolutely. Diana, what do we have? Oh, sorry, Joan, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, absolutely have multiples, right? Because I keep some in the bathroom, right? I keep some in the kitchen. It's not, you can have a small bottle and, get multiples and then you have them everywhere, or get your box and get some little 5 mils and split it up. And you'd have 3 5 mils to distribute around your house.
Yeah. I think that's so smart. I have one in my purse. Like I said, Manny has one when he's traveling. Yeah. The kids have them. You can't have enough of it. Diana, what do you got for us on emotional for our tea tree?
Well, tea tree is so important emotionally because it's the oil of energetic boundaries. So this helps you when you're out in the world and just, talking to others or doing anything with other people, which, we all are, to keep your energy with you and to keep other people's energy from getting to you and really starting to weigh you down or change what, your direction, what you're going through. And we talk about my classes that I love to do, that Desiree DeLune, helps teach us also the same thing, that tea tree is an essential. If you want help with your, emotional, energetic frequency, you need tea tree because it is a cleanser, that energetic cleanser and blocker of things, and just helps to really keep you in that space where you are not going to, let other people walk all over you, and you're going to stand up for yourself. And, not in a mean way or anything, but just understanding the separation, that this is your deal. You're over here having this problem and you're trying to put it on me. I'm not going to accept that. That's okay. We can all deal with our own separate issues and do that. And on top of it, I feel like it's an opportunity to, when you have multiples of your oils, at least for me, you know, like you're saying you like to have 3 or whatever. I notice that I feel much freer to add it to a diffuser blend, to use it in, you know, a treatment for my feet, to use it in, you know, in the shampoo, like to add a ton of it to the shampoo bottle, you know,
You don't have to
and
hoard it.
because, and I don't, and I can use, you know, get that boost that we need because, you know, this is a dry climate here. But that also leads us to have that imbalance, like we always talk about with your skin, your facial skin, as well as your scalp, where because it's dry, your body's then tries to produce more. And then you get into this cycle of like, you know, having problems. And we don't want that. We don't want the dandruff. We don't want the breakouts. So it's just so good to have extra because you just feel free to get in there and use it. And yes, I use it in my flume, so it's there for me.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I want to make sure it's there, plus first aid kit. I'm like, somebody gets a cut, the cat scratches you in this house, which he does often, that's we're right there with the tea tree.
That was the only thing I wanted to add is a note that tea tree, as powerful as it is also so gentle. It is so, like, you don't have to dilute it if you know, you can use it directly on your skin, even on your face. You know, this is our number one, this is what we do for acne is if, you know, just clean your face, you know, and do a nice little tiny bit of tea tree and off you go, you know. It's amazing. I love that it's so strong and also so gentle. It's, you know, usually you don't get those two things in one oil like that. So very good. Anything to add? We're good to move on to the next one. So the next guy that we have in our heavy hitters is oregano, and holy cow, heavy hitter. Now this one is strong and strong. This one is not so, I mean, I shouldn't say it's not gentle because it does its job, but woo, this is a big dog right here, right?
Right. And this is one that you don't want to put on your skin without diluting because it is strong and it's a hot oil. So you will feel it if you put it on undiluted, but super, super effective. And not just for, you know, bodily, right? It's amazing in your cooking. The slide talks about spaghetti. We live in the Southwest. I put it in my pozole all the time.
Yeah, it's a big pozole hit.
A drop, right? A drop or two in a big stock pot full of pozole because it's so potent.
Yeah. It's a major component to the flume recipe, which we've mentioned. So I should say this is going to be a blend that you make to help support your body's natural immunity against whatever is coming at you. It's just a support. It is frankincense, lemon, which we have coming up, oregano, OnGuard, which is coming up, tea tree oil, frankincense, lemon, oregano, OnGuard, tea tree. Yeah. So that is everything. It should be called flute, but it is called flume because Melaleuca is tea tree. And then we add different things. But I think that's the number one way that I use oregano is in my blend for, you know, keeping people healthy and strong, and preventing, you know, illness through support of our immune system. Like I said, my husband's traveling. We will be traveling. And when he is, especially where he is, he does a flume every morning while he's there. And then for 3 days, once he gets home, and it has worked. I don't know what else to say. It has worked. He has been traveling on an airplane back and forth to Florida almost every other week for like a year. And so even when we're traveling, he flies from where we're traveling to Florida. And he hasn't gotten sick. Knock on all the wood things, everything around me. But I don't stop doing what we're doing. It's working. And so this is what we love. Oregano, I think cooking, I don't put it in my diffuser. Do you put it in your diffuser? It's
not unless somebody's down sick. Then I have to be in with the whole flume recipe in a diffuser.
Yeah, and that will help clear the air. Oregano is a really good antiviral. And so it is just a wonderful support. Diana, I don't know that I've ever looked into the emotional support of oregano. It's got to be some sort of barrier protector. What is it?
Well, it's interesting, right? It's the oil of humility and non-attachment.
Oh, well,
So
that's not what I thought.
it really helps us, right? I know, dispel materialism and any kind of attachment that hinders growth and progress. So it helps you to end those toxic things in your life, like a bad job or a bad, relationship or a bad habit. So it's really good because it lets you let go of the negativity and, just really be able to break through your own kind of like the opinions, that little circular thinking that keeps you trapped. Oregano helps you move out of that. And so, yes, it is forceful. Yes, it is intense, but it is part of the overwhelm protocol class that I do because it has that energetic cleansing. And then there's even more, uses for it in terms of, your energy, your frequency, your emotions, that I have used in Desiree's classes and the classes that I share. And it's effective. It's kind of wild. And the thing with oregano is that even though you think it's really strong, it blends really well with other oils. Like it doesn't overpower. Like there's certain things that overpower, like you feel like, okay, I can still smell that cilantro. I don't care. Like you can always smell cilantro in a blend, but oregano blends really nicely and adds like a really beautiful kind of like that rich, almost kind of like that umami, to the blend. And so it can be lovely. You just, if you have a sensitivity to it, then you don't want to use it that way aromatically.
Perfect for spring cleaning, right? Put that in the diffuser and tackle the closet and be like, I don't need any of this crap anymore. I'm getting rid of all of it. It can all go. I'm
Non-attachment.
Well, that's what I'm in the process of doing right now, is kind of purging a bunch of different areas of the house. So maybe I do need oregano in my diffuser all day, all night, because I got a lot of junk over here I really need to let go of. Wow, that's amazing. I'm so excited about it. And again, this is a 15 mil. By the way, the tea tree oil is $28, even wholesale. And we're getting it for, I finally did the math, it's like $11.22. The oregano, does anybody have that price? I'm going to pull it up for you. I just think it matters to recognize, I mean, $28 and you're getting it for $11.22. That's an enormous savings. I mean, that's way more than 50%. Oregano is $29. No, that has to be retail, right? 29? Yes, 22 is wholesale. Thank gosh. So oregano is 22 wholesale. So you're getting basically half off on that one. Somebody check my math because I might have been looking at the wrong thing on the tea tree. I might have been looking at the retail, but it's amazing the price deal that we're getting on this when we order it, whether we order it on the daily or if we order it in the box. Next, we have our friend lemon. Again, one of our top 10 oils, something that we go through lemon like, I'm going to say water, but it's because we use it in our water so much. I use it in my cleaners. I use it in my waters. I use it in my diffuser blends. I use it in almost, I don't want to say every, but a very large portion of the rollerball blends that I make contain lemon or a citrus to kind of brighten and lighten it up. Because it just does that. It helps to really kind of bring out a different layer of scent. I don't know how to describe it, but kind of changes things. It plays well with others, right? So lemon, yeah. What do you guys think? What are we doing with our lemon besides everything?
Everything. Lemon is one I go through pretty much once a month. I'm, even just me, I can, and it's kind of one of those gateway type oils, right? Once you start using it and you see all the different ways you can use it, right? It sort of sucks you in. And it's a very reasonable oil to have on your LRP every month, just so that you get it. I have it in my water all the time. Certainly first thing in the morning. It's in my cleaners. One thing I just wanted to point out, right, because we've seen this in a few slides. And so as you're going along with us, add to a spray bottle, right, to clean surfaces. So we've seen several oil slides with exactly that, right?
Yeah.
So also realize that a lot of these taken together can make a really powerful spray cleaner, right? You don't have to use them individually, right? Put them together, like oregano and lemon and a little tea tree, right, in a spray bottle is an awesome surface cleaner, right? For kitchen surfaces, bathroom surfaces, fantastic for just cleaning and eliminating any things that might be hanging out on those surfaces, right? Yeah, lemon's a powerhouse. And then my favorite is straight up, it's an amazing cleaner of, say, your kitchen sink if it's a little nasty. You can put a few drops down your disposal, and it replaces that nasty petrochemical thing that is used to remove sticky labels. Right? A little bit of lemon on a cotton ball or a little piece of toweling will take all of that sticky residue off of hard surfaces from tags, stickers, etc. No need to use a petrochemical thing in your house.
Yeah, I think I think the thing that's incredible about the lemon too that maybe people don't realize is that this is not going to be that like bitter, harsh, you think of an oil like, oh my gosh, this is that in its, super concentrated form, which it's not, but that's like what people picture in their mind. Our lemon it's like a lemon drop. It's delicious. It is sweet naturally. There's nothing added to it. This is just the oil. It has so many wonderful health benefits for also sort of helping to clean out in a supportive way, in a very gentle way, your gut, support your digestive system in amazing, amazing ways. Your liver and kidneys really benefit. It just has, it's gentle, it's delicious, and it does all the work. That's why we're using it so much, right? Again, yeah, cleaners. I will take it, when you get the oil buildup like on your, what's that thing over your stove with the fan?
Oh, on your vent. Yeah. Your vent hood. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's the best for grease cutting. Oh my gosh. And
we'll never go to anything else.
Yeah. I make my window cleaner with it. And just one other note on lemon, just to speak to you're saying it's gentle, right? Because I've had this question come up before, and it's a really good question, right? If you're putting actual lemon juice, like squeezing a lemon into your water, you are getting those citric acids that can damage the enamel on your teeth. Yeah. This oil does not have that. So you get the benefits of having the lemon, right? But without the potential issues for the enamel on your teeth. So you can rest assured to put, a bunch of drops of lemon in your oil, make it super yummy, make lemonade with it. You're not going to have to worry about that. And that's important. And that speaks to the gentleness and how much we can use these oils.
That is a really good point and so true.
Lemon is my spot cleaner for clothes. If I drop grease or anything oily onto clothing, anything, I just drop lemon on there and I rub it together. That's it. Put it in the wash. It's clean. There doesn't have that residue, that discoloration you experience when you get like a greasy thing on your clothing. And, I also just drop it right into the dishwasher, for,
yeah.
What am I trying to say? The thing that makes the glasses sparkle. So instead of using that toxic, whatever that is, stuff that you put in the dishwasher door, I do lemon instead. So
it really does rinse everything, like a rinse aid.
Yeah, the rinse agent or whatever they call it.
So
that
being
doesn't sound nice.
New to having a dishwasher again recently, after 20 years. So do you just put the lemon straight in it? Because I have some white vinegar in my rinse aid container. Do you put any other liquid in with your lemon, or do you just drop lemon straight in there?
Yep. You could do lemon and vinegar if you want. Yeah, you can give a little combo there to make it slide in there a little easier and you feel like it's more full. But, you know, I found that it just works instantly. And if you do the vinegar periodically and the lemon, like as instead of, and run the dishwasher with a good, like with our dishwasher tabs, the bowed ones or whatever, just empty, it gets it all like ready to go again. And it's like new.
Nice.
I am all about that. I'm going to try that. I love, oh my gosh, those little abode things. Holy gosh. I am just so in love with them. I'm bummed I won't get to use them for a while because I won't have a dishwasher for a little. They really work. So look, anyway, okay. I'm excited. Diana, what do we have on the lemon emotional support before I fall off of the abode?
It's the oil of focus. So you'll hear people like Susan say that they use that in their diffusers, you know, during study time and to get people paying attention. And it just really helps you to be mentally present and helps to dispel that fatigue that you might have when you're dealing with, you know, the spring fever time of the year and where nobody wants to be studying and they just want to be out goofing around because they love it, you know, right? So it helps you with that energy, confidence, and alertness. And yeah, it's just that optimism, right? As the citrus oils are giving us that optimism. So
yeah, uplifting, right? Isn't that the
uplifting?
Yeah. I'm going to throw one last thing on lemon, and that is that it is part of the allergy trio that was sent to us by the gods. I don't even know. Lemon, lavender, and peppermint together will change your life. I mean, it has changed our life, and we have some serious allergy people. The combination in a diffuser, the combination in a veggie cap, you are solid with supporting allergies with lemon, lavender, and peppermint. So really, really great oil. It again, you're just going to use it every day. It's that versatile. It's just amazing. Okay, moving on to, there we go. Here he is, the man of the year, or at least of the season, lavender, right? Oh, I think lavender's like that, like, I don't know, milk or eggs, like that thing that you always think you have, and then you go to the store and you don't buy it, and then you get home and you realize, oh, we're out of that. Like, why can't I keep lavender in my house? Why am I always trying to find the lavender and we're always just about out of it? I think it's because everyone in the family is using it, and I don't realize how much everyone is using it. Right now, my son and I have been hit with the allergies, and I will take lavender because it's a really good antihistamine, right? And I will just put it on the palms of my hands, do a couple deep breaths in, and then I will rub it all over whatever's on my hands, all over my nose, all over my lips, you know, and I'll close my eyes and rub it on my eyes because I just want to stop that. And it works. It works so quickly. It's just, it astonishes me every single time. I just want to like hop on live and scream it from, you know, and be like, no, seriously, this works. You got to try it. Like, stop suffering. Stop being drowsy from all the other crap that you're trying to take. Just stick a couple drops of lavender in your hand and do this little thing, and you will be feeling good. It's just amazing. Oh, Beverly is saying, I wonder if Beverly, tell us, are you putting lemon or lavender in your tea every day? Either, and both would be delicious.
Lavender. Beverly puts lavender in her tea every day.
Nice. Oh, that sounds luxurious. I bet you get the benefit too of that vapor. You know what I mean? Like, you're breathing it in because of the warmth of the tea. That sounds incredible. Susan knows what she puts in her tea. I love that. So Howard, what is your love for lavender, guys? I mean, clearly there's so many. It's probably the most popular oil, right? As far as entry gateway oils, right?
I think it's a lot of people's starting point. It was my starting point with oils long before I knew anything about doTERRA. Someone introduced me to lavender. And it's the thing that, I mean, it's always on the counter. Even my most, you know, resistant family members will come to me looking for the lavender because we use it for everything. Especially for skin, I always have a lavender roller in the kitchen because it's so great for burns and cuts and, you know, just the daily,
Mm-hmm.
skin issues that crop up. We have a ton of allergies. We use it constantly for allergies. So it's in play every day.
In play every day. Yes. Um, it's also really good. It does work really well with, okay, here we go, Beverly. Beverly's amazing. Helps to heal
We
all
need to
your
get her on
insides.
here live.
I know. Just pop in, grab the link, Beverly. Hop on in here with us. Yeah, it is really good for your insides, right? I mean, it's so gentle and so versatile. Yeah, can't get enough. Joan, what are you guys using it for over there?
It is currently, right, because I suffer from some seasonal allergies. I'm not super bad, but it comes and goes, it fluctuates. I also, God help me, I live in the desert. I have an allergy to the dust mite things. So that's actually my largest allergy. So it's often in my diffuser overnight. I often do the antihistamine blend, the allergy blend overnight, lemon, lavender, peppermint, in my nighttime diffuser. And I will diffuse it during the day as well. I agree 100% with Susan. If you have not seen how this works on burns, I'm not saying go out and burn yourself and then try it, but have it handy, right? Because the first time in any burn, it's amazing. It really does work. So have it always handy. Yeah, I'm with Susan. I have it handy in the kitchen. And I've, had little scalds. I had a scald not too long ago from my hot pot for water, tea, coffee. And I opened the lid of it when I shouldn't have and got some scalding, along a thought. It just immediately lavender slathered on. That was the end of it. Didn't feel it. It was fine. It is truly amazing. And then just, diffusing it. I love Beverly putting it in her tea all the time. I might have to do that more often, Beverly, and put it in there. I put some other things in, but I might have to put lavender. But it's lovely to, to diffuse in the bathroom or to put in bath salts or in your bath, right? It is very relaxing. It's lovely. And I'm one of those people that, everybody has sort of that scent that was a holdover maybe from childhood or from something, and someone gave you some lavender stuff to like put in a drawer or whatever. Who knows what was in there, but it was strong and to me very harsh. I was never a fan of lavender until I got my hands on the doTERRA lavender oil. And it's, lavender lemon. Oh, there you go. Get your lavender. Put that on your hand right now. Just slather it on there. Yeah, I'm a total convert. It didn't happen immediately, right? It took a little bit of time for me to come around to this lavender because, you have that brain connection to scent, which is so incredibly strong. And I would just get any little whiff of it and just sort of have that adverse reaction to it. Kind of like my dog has to lavender. She does not like lavender. A lot of dogs do, but BG is not a lavender girl. Later in the lineup, we have her favorite oil. But lavender is not one of them. And she will turn away from it, right? I know, and you can use lavender with your dogs often for calming. And anxiety, but she's not a fan.
Yeah, always trust what your animal tells you about it. But you're right, it's wonderful for young children. Lavender, wonderful, safe, gentle. Also, you can dilute it, in a coconut oil or whatever you prefer. But great with animals. Really has great benefits. And we have a dog who has seasonal allergies. And a little lavender goes a long way to helping her because she gets itchy paws. You'll see dogs that'll just sit there and just really go to town on their paws, like licking because they itch. And we do a little combination of lavender and copaiba with coconut oil. And she typically, I don't like to put oils on paws because dogs like to have their own scent, but trust me, she prefers to not be itching. And so we just rub it in between her little, her little fingers, her little paw pads. So, and it works great. It's like she'll finally fall asleep and stop driving me nuts down there with the paws, so really, really wonderful. Now, I'm with you too, Joan, on memory established lavender. Lavender is one of the most adulterated, poor, just ripped apart fake scents out there. It is in laundry, it is in clothing, it is in food. Yes, clothing. It's everywhere, and it's really a problem because we begin to associate lavender with that. I would say this: reach out to us and ask for a sample if you need to smell. This lavender is just so not the same as that fake nasty stuff. I always try to think of it like, how there's grape flavor and then there's the flavor of actually eating a grape, right? They're so different. Or banana flavor, and then there's the actual experience of eating a banana. That's the difference here. This is not a candied up perfume created through chemical version. This is just pure lavender. And that is just amazing. It is so soothing. It blends well with other oils. It is not overly, that coiled back nose reaction that you get. It's an experience. I really hope that you have a chance to try it out. Ours specifically is just a dream. Diana, I'm sure there's 4 chapters.
There is,
give us a quick lowdown on lavender in the town of emotions.
Lavender is the oil of communication and calm, and it's really just helping you with your verbal expression so you can express your feelings and say, like what's going on with you so that you can get the communication and come together. Right. And so, that's talking about your true self. So, I also, I love lavender. I take it every night for sleep. I also, put it on my skin all the time. And it just works for me daily in so many various ways. And I've even, for cooling on a really boiling hot Albuquerque summer day, I have put lavender and bergamot and peppermint in my water. And like that has helped me just like feel like, you start to like, you get so hot that you start to feel like, I got to get out of here, but you can't get out of here. You're there, right? You're outside or whatever, and you really can't get out of there and cool off. So, having that to put in my water has really been a lovely, like, it gets me relaxed again. And I'm not feeling like, oh my gosh, like I just can't take this heat. Gets you all grumpy.
It's like that, like bone cold, when you get so, I don't know, that's what we call it. It's like that wet cold, but the same with heat. You get so hot, you can't cool off, right? But I have never, peppermint, tell me again what you're putting in your
Peppermint,
water?
lavender, and bergamot or bergamot.
I have never, I love that every time we sit and do one of these things, I learn something new. That is so outside of anything I ever would have thought of trying. I'm so curious. I've got to taste that. I've got to give that a try. Bergamot,
yeah,
too.
because emotionally, and lavender is really good for like if you're having like a high temperature bodily. It also supports to help your body re-regulate that as well. So you can put that on your feet with some peppermint and help to get re-regulated with that high temperature too. So yeah, it works.
I love it. I'm trying it. I'm going to try it. I'll get back to you and let you know. I'm very curious how those things are going to come together. But it's probably like how pink pepper, you don't think it's going to be what it is. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I want pink pepper in everything I eat and drink every day. Susan, help us with the burns. Because, I think people they're going to want to know, okay, exactly how do you use it?
Right. And I think that's an important consideration in that we talk a lot about using our oils neat, meaning undiluted. And we can do that, with the oils that aren't hot oils like cinnamon or oregano and those kinds of things. But if you're sensitive to an oil, diluting can help prevent sensitivity, and it doesn't dilute the potency of the oil. It just makes it gentler and actually can help increase the absorption into the skin. So dilution is a good thing. When we use it at home for burns, we do put them on, we put it on a fresh burn. And so as soon as possible after you've been burned, I like to keep lavender in a roller diluted with about half and half with fractionated coconut oil. And we just roll that on, and it's tender, it's a little bit sore, that kind of thing. It might have gotten rinsed off in cold water first, because that's kind of the natural reaction is get something cold on it. But then we'll put lavender on right away, and typically within an hour later, you look at it and it's so much better. And then within a day or two, it's healed up, whereas normally it would have a much longer healing process. We talk a lot about oils and using it on intact skin and things like that, and I do use my oils directly on a cut, but certainly you want to be careful. You want to dilute where you need to dilute, especially when using oils with children and with anybody who's got a sensitivity. So if you have a sensitivity to a particular oil and you're using it topically, you definitely want to dilute it to avoid any kind of a reaction. But that's how we use it, and it has been really helpful.
Yeah, you can always start off with diluting if you're not sure, and then you work your way. I don't know, it's not up, but you just get more comfortable with your knowledge of how your body reacts or works with the oils. Does that make sense? I want to throw out there too, it does also take the sting out like right away on those burns. It's for kids, it's so, or sunburn even.
And bug bites too, right? I mean, it's great for bug bites.
Yeah.
I have a quick question, just sort of following on with this, right? We have that new, it's available, the body oil blend. Is that, so would you recommend that for, say, in particular, burns or cuts, scrapes, or would you say that the fractionated coconut oil on its own with this would be better for that sort of helping support an injury like a burn, a scrape, etc.?
That's a really good question. I use fractionated coconut oil because it's inexpensive and I always have it. You know what I mean? But other oils are equally supportive to skin, right? So, for example, some people are actually allergic to coconut oil, which is
sad,
not common, but some people are.
Yeah.
And so then of course you'd use, you can use almond oil. You can even use olive oil, which, I don't tend to because that's what I keep for my cooking, but there's no reason why you can't use a good quality olive oil, right? And that's the thing, is you want to use something that is a good quality, that that you can feel confident hasn't been cut with other oils, because all oils that are sold, like the things that we think of as carrier oils that we cook with, tend to be cut with less expensive oils, no matter what they say on the bottle. So we always talk about our oils and the number on the bottom and how you can, look them up and all that kind of stuff. You want to look for that in your cooking oils too, right? And make sure that they're, really pure and sourced well and all that. But I think anything that you can certainly use the body oil. There's no reason why you couldn't. Whatever is available to dilute with. I
was just wondering if there were others that might have sort of add to the healing on it. But
I would
just all really supportive of skin, right? Like coconut oil is very supportive of skin healing and moisturizing and all that kind of stuff.
I would say just so long as you're sure that you've used the body oil before and that it agrees with you. Otherwise, keeping the simplicity of just the lavender with the coconut oil can kind of reduce complication, meaning like there's just, exactly what you're using and that your skin likes it and that your body approves of it. So kind of keeping it simple, if you will. But yeah, I agree. I would use I love that body oil. I keep that one on my bedside. It's so nice on your hands at night. My hands get dry, especially this time of year. And that carrot oil body butter. Oh,
Yes, I love the carrot body butter. Love, love, love it.
so good. It's so soothing, you know, and I like that the body oil because it doesn't stay oil, you know, it just for lack of a word, that's what it does. Okay, let's move on because golly, we have so many wonderful things. Now we've got our peppermint, and note this is in a rollerball touch format. Does not mean you can't open it and use the peppermint however you like. It is simply coconut oil and our peppermint, but peppermint is one of those oils that a lot of people say, woo, this is, you know, like some serious, you know, scent, and it's very I don't know, powerful, potent. And so having this little diluted version is a wonderful way to have it. It's also super versatile. You can use it so many different ways when it's in this touch format. So beyond the lemon, lavender, peppermint joy, right, that we've talked about over and over again, what are some great tips that you guys have for using peppermint? Diana, are you going to roll this around in your water?
No. No, I love peppermint. I love it, especially now in this time of phase that I'm in with the heat issues that I'm dealing with. I love to put it on. Oh, look, she's saying lavender on the face before bedtime and you will be amazed. Oh, very nice, Beverly. Thank you. Yeah, lavender is so good for your skin and so soothing, you know. Yeah, anything itchy, lavender helps with that too.
Scars.
And so does peppermint. Peppermint helps with anything itchy too. So, you know, it does seem strong at first, but you just feel the action that it takes immediately. You don't like keep having like this, like it's peppermint, you know, like, and it starts to become something that really, you know, you start to associate with, you know, feeling better, feeling cooled off, feeling not itchy, feeling, you know, like your feet are refreshed and are not all like, you know, aching and tired. And, you know, it's like a wonderful thing or like, you know, your temples when you're having like one of those days where everything's just you're just feeling it in your head, you know, it's just amazing for that. And it's great for hair too. Like, you know, peppermint is good for your hair. So maybe you could like give it a little, you know, roll onto the hands and then smooth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, especially because it is that diluted form, which allows for, you know, a longer period of absorption. I like it for my feet. In this format, like if you've been out walking all day or you're doing a lot and your feet are tired, oh my gosh, it's like you've treated yourself to some wonderful spa treatment by just taking this little peppermint touch and rolling it on the bottoms of your feet or an achy muscle, right?
Or do that. I'll do it before a long walk, right? To put it on before you go for the walk. And put it on there and maybe some other things combined with it. But yeah, roll it on before you put your socks and shoes on a long walk. And you'll really notice the difference.
Yeah. This touch format is so nice too, because if you don't want to get peppermint on your hands, because say maybe, I don't know, because people have different things. Look, I've heard it all through the years. And they don't want, you know, they want to just put it directly to the place that they want to apply it. A touch is fantastic because that roller ball allows you to not have to do the drops in your hands, rub it and put it, you know, wherever. It's just ready to go. Great for in your bag, backpack, anything. Wonderful pick me up if your energy gets slugging. You know, you can just rub it on your hands, do some deep breaths or wherever. It's just, man, perks you right, like get you right back on track. So
he stuffs your nose.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll a little bit right underneath of your nose, between your nose and your lip. So good. Okay, Susan, did you have something to add on peppermint?
I'm really excited. to get a touch back because I had a peppermint touch that is now empty and haven't gotten around to ordering another or refilling it. And so I'm excited to get this in the box. I really like this, all the reasons you said, because it's so portable and easy to take with you. And it's great for headaches. And, you know, I have that headache roller that I really love, but I have found that sometimes if it's not where I need it to be and I have my peppermint, just the straight peppermint can be so helpful. And I get a lot
Mhm.
of like tension, like neck tension, and I love peppermint on my neck for that as well.
Yeah, it's so versatile. I mean, can we just stop for a quick, because we're going to have a couple touches here. Why do you want touch, right? Versus the oil? I think at first when I started getting my collection, if you will, of tools together with my oils, I just thought, well, why would I buy that when I can just make it at home? And then the reality of, well, yeah, but it's already made. And
Made, it's labeled, it's diluted, it's ready to
Mhm.
go. The roller bottles never leak because they're such good quality roller bottles.
Mhm.
It's the
Yeah.
convenience, I think.
Overall, it's the convenience. It's the fact that it's already done. And yeah, we all make our own roller balls with stuff, but it's also that time where you're like, right, okay, I want it and I just don't have time, or I don't have enough coconut oil, or I don't have a spare, empty, clean roller bottle with a good roller, right? All of those things add up, and it's just so convenient to have the touches and have them handy and they're always with me in my bag. And I have a little carrier that's, you know, specifically for the roller balls, and they slot right in there and it clips into my bag, and I always have them with me. And it's completely the convenience for me.
Yeah, it's nice too to know that the dilution is on our touch line. Our touch line is really good for children because it's already diluted to that percentage that's safe and easy for them to use. I like that these, like you said, they're labeled, they're clear. My kids can grab and use them, and I don't have to have any issues with that. It is the convenience. I hate it. It's just so good, and now I love them. I find myself grabbing for my touches to just throw in my bag more than bringing 15 ml bottles of things out and about with me all the time. So, Diana, what do you got for us?
Peppermint is the oil of the buoyant heart. So it helps you with joy in your heart and your soul, and helps you to really be encouraged and leave those fears behind. And it's really, really something that you want to use, not to avoid things that are, you know, making you upset, not to like keep on like just like avoiding it and just like, I'm just going to feel better. I'll put on some peppermint and I'll ignore this problem. But, you know, it really is like an instant coffee for the soul, and just really kind of perks you right up. And it's just lovely for that reason. And that's why we're always like, you know, in our doTERRA meetings or whatever, we're like peppermint, orange, you know, sniff
Yeah.
it right in there and get going, because it's just instant. You just instantly are like, I can keep doing whatever I'm doing.
Yeah, really good study aid. If you have if you're studying something, reading something, trying to really push through those last few hours of something, I think that this is a great tool. And again, great, kids can take it to school, you know, push you through, right, Susan?
Road trips,
Yeah.
conferences.
Conventions, conferences, road trips,
Yes.
continuing ed, whatever it might be. This can help get you through it. Oh my gosh, I love that. It's so true. Okay, Beverly's like, daggone it. No, she's not. She's like, hey, go Beverly, enjoy all your, hey, and you're gonna get the citrus bloom, which is absolutely awesome because you got the box. So smart, such good tools in here. Okay, so let me pop into our next one, which is another one of our touches. This one has surprised me how much because I think of OnGuard as such the diffuse and internal, right? I don't know why. That's just how, we all kind of enter into the oils the way we do. That's how I've always used it. I find myself using my OnGuard touch more and more, especially like with the allergy season, I get an itchy throat. So I like to kind of roll this just as an added, like, hey, stay away, bad ickies. But what do you guys think? Great for kids, obviously, right? Safe, wonderful. You can open it, guys. You can open it and get to it. But go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's great for kids because I have one who OnGuard is a little bit strong for. I have one of my kids is just not a big fan, which breaks my heart because OnGuard is one of my absolute favorite aromas to have around. But so it's great on kids' feet if you want to, boost immunity or you've got a sick kiddo, because they don't have to smell it because it's down on their feet. But this was one of the first rollers I ever made for myself before I got the touch. I was so in love with OnGuard. I just wanted it around me all the time. And so I made myself a roller and I was so excited to get my first one pre-made and, ready to go because it's just such a yummy, home, comforting kind of aroma to me and so supportive.
Mm-hmm. Bottoms of the feet application is an amazing way to get oils into your entire system very quickly. And these touches are perfect for that. Absolutely. And little kids, you can put it on the bottoms of their feet and they will get those benefits the same way, if not more so than, aromatic, depending on what kind of space you're in. But yeah, they're just amazing. Diana, what do you have for OnGuard emotional?
OnGuard is obviously the oil of protection, right? So it helps you to be shielded from any kind of threats that you may be getting, in terms of like, people trying to suck you into their drama, right? Suck you into their whole like dramatic whatever is going on with them. And you, with your OnGuard, it helps you just to keep that drama away from yourself and also, just to feel like, okay, I can be me. I can deal with this situation and I don't have to get sucked into whatever's going on with other people. And I mean, I love it. It smells amazing. I actually keep it in the car and like every time I get back in the car, I put it on my neck and I'm just like, and especially like in the, like all these seasons that we've been dealing with, of threats, it just gives me like, I don't know, like really does make me feel like I'm shielded and like I can handle it and I don't need to be worried. And, I got my OnGuard, I'm set, I'm ready to go. And it's with me, helping me take care of this, whatever might be facing me, here. So yeah, it really is a wonderful support, both emotionally and physically.
We have definitely found ourselves out and about and without our hand sanitizer, but with our OnGuard touch. And we just roll it on our hands, rub our hands together, and boom, we're back in business, touching everything. No, just kidding. But like, feeling confident that we can then touch our face or touch, you know what I mean? I mean, we're all just so much more aware right now of all the cooties in the world. So having that, it's so handy. And by the way, if you don't know this already, a 10 mil roller ball will last what feels like 4 lifetimes. I mean, how is it that they last so long? I mean, sometimes I look at them and I'm like, how is there still stuff in here? I have a lavender touch next to my bed. Because again, like with itchies or something, I like that. And I've had it with me. I don't even know how long. And I think I use it every single night. And it's still there. I still have more in there. They last a really long time. So point being, if you have one of these in your bag, you are always going to have hand sanitizer for a really, really long time. And I don't know, it just goes on and on and on. I don't even when I make my own roller balls these days, I never make 10 mils anymore. I only make 5 mils because the 10 mils just last so long, which I know that sounds funny, but I like to be able to change things up. like, oh, I want to add more of this or change that up for the next, blend that I do with it. And it's plus there's, anyway, they will last you a really long time. I'm going to hop on to another thing because our wonderful partner, Miss Joan, she's got a job, she's got somewhere to be. But I wanted her to share. So ignore this little flashing. We will come back to these sneak peek, but, beautiful, guys. We're getting beautiful. And we will go in depth in talking about why we love beautiful. But I want Joan to go first before she has to run, because I think that she has such a cute story with beautiful.
So I love beautiful. It's perhaps my favorite blend. And I have multiples, and I have a few stashed away as well that are perhaps aging. But I keep them in various rooms around the house. But I will say I got beautiful in it might have come in the first BOGO after I became a doTERRA person, right? And after I joined, and that's when I first got beautiful. And I will tell you, I often use it in my yoga studio before I teach a class. And I'm down sitting on the floor, right? And I might be putting it on my hands. And I don't know if you can see her back there. Hi, Boo. She's on my sofa here in the office behind me. Beautiful is probably her favorite oil. I mean, she's a fan of Copaiba, but beautiful is the one, she's asleep. It's the one that she really loves. I can put this on my hands. If she's near me and I'm putting this on, she is all about it. She is right in there. She wants to lick my hands. She loves it if I put some on my hands and then sort of rub her down with it. This is her favorite blend. So you just never know. And as we alluded to earlier, your animals will let you know what oils they're okay with. Because she comes right in for this. She'll come right in for Copaiba as well. And then, for instance, like the lavender, I can open it and hold it near her, and it's an immediate. She's like, no, get that away from me. But the beautiful, she really loves. So you never know. So you might want to get a spare. Just, if you find out that you also have a fur child that is totally in love with it and wants to hog it for themselves, you might want to just pick up a spare. I'm just saying.
I love that BG's like, lavender, schmavender. I want the high-end blend.
Give me the fancy, expensive stuff.
I don't wear that. I wear, it's just so funny because I'm with you, beautiful. And I'm with BG. It is absolute.
It's rare. It has occurred to me where someone got beautiful in a BOGO box and was not completely enamored of it. I'm not sure how that happens. But we're all unique individuals. I'm like, I'll happily take it if you don't want it. Because I'm like,
I'll buy it if they don't want it. I mean, you can't get it. I mean,
we can't get it. It's exclusive. It comes in boxes. It comes in BOGOs is usually the way to get it. And so it's amazing. I truly love it. It's dear to my heart. It's one that I always have around for uplifting. So I'll leave you with that. BG is obviously getting ready for the next meeting that I'm about to join here.
Well, thank you, BG, for your recommendation in this month's BOGO. And Joan, of course. And if you guys need to reach out to Joan for all things oils or yoga or anything, her email address is right there at BosqueOm@gmail.com. And we will see you in the next one, Miss Joan. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
Coming out to play. Bye. Beautiful was an oil that was introduced when you go to a doTERRA convention, which, by the way, is not just for people building businesses. It is all just about oil education. It is not a business focused event, but they have a big dinner, and it's called a gala dinner. And at the dinner, there's a special oil that's only available at that event. And the first one that I went to, it was beautiful. Now, I have never been a perfume wearer. In fact, I hate when other people wear perfume. It irritates my nose. It causes me to have, my throat closes up. It's like a whole thing. So I've always avoided it and never even before, even when I had my oils and was using them, I was always just focused on health benefits more so than smelling good, until I smelled beautiful. I wanted to bathe in it. I wanted to roll around. I wanted it everywhere all the time. I find it, for me, it is not just a blend that is captivating for, like, oh, I smell really good. It truly lifts me up into a better version mentally of myself. It brings to me strength. I know this sounds nuts, but it's true. I feel confident. I feel ready. I feel brave and able to step into that higher, better version, healthier, better, stronger version of myself when I use it, especially when I'm good about using it regularly, which is something that is often in the past has been scary to do because you could only have one bottle of it. Now Susan has a cellar full of beautiful, and I definitely have a good stash. So now I do feel more confident in being able to use it. Right. But Susan,
Yes, definitely. I hoarded beautiful for a little while there, so
oh,
I'm well supplied.
oh, we all did, because even before, when you could get it, I think you could get, it was like one came kind of like how you can only get the citrus bloom with
Right.
the box.
I think my first year in doTERRA, it was a Christmas thing. Like you could
Yes.
get it at Christmas and then it went away, and we didn't see it for
Came
a
with
long
that
time.
cute clutch. Remember the
Yeah,
clutch?
exactly. Right.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Diana's saying in the chat that Susan added an oil room to her house. I think we've all added an oil room to our house, Diana.
Yeah, or several.
Every room is an oil room in our houses, right? So Diana, tell us what is it about it? Like, why? I mean, look, you smell good, but what is it about this oil that does that crazy uplifting? I don't even know.
I think you read the book. I think you just essentially read right out of the book. It's the oil of self-respect.
There you go.
So,
There you go. Yes.
Yeah, everything that you said is what it does to radiate your own, special flavor of you out there into the world. That's what it does. It helps you bring yourself forward and respect yourself and do what's worthy of you,
Wow. That is amazing, because that is exactly, it's kind of like, oh, this smells nice, I want to wear it. And then you realize, like, dang, I'm feeling good. I feel good. I don't know. You have to just try it. I know. I always feel so silly saying some of these things. Like, I hear it coming out of my mouth and I'm like, that sounds really stupid, Kari, really silly. But it's the truth. I mean, and if you know, right? BG's out there walking. She's like, I'm going to catch all the rabbits. They don't stand
feeling good.
Yeah. Now Joan does not let her actually catch rabbits. Just let me throw that out there. But like, that's like her goal in life, right? Catch the rabbits. Yeah, love it. I have several kids who also really like it. Both male and female. It does read differently on different people. It is just exquisite. I'm so excited to see this in this box. Yeah, I mentioned earlier, our partner and friend Cindy goes nuts over Citrus Bloom. I go nuts over Beautiful. It's just absolutely. What is it in the? I'm trying to remember the flower. What is it that's in there that is the one that the osmanthus? Yes, that is what it is. It's the osmanthus, because I think, did our Together have? Was it Together that had osmanthus?
Last
and like
year we got one.
magnolia or?
Yep. It's right here on my desk.
Oh
Yep.
man, so.
And one of my beautifuls.
Anything that has osmanthus in it, get it, grab it, suck it up, right? Okay. So I'm gonna go backwards now, because I just wanted to have our little BG baby talking to us about why she loves Beautiful. But now we have another one of our touches, which is Breathe, respiratory support. Holy cow, if you have a snorer, if you have anyone with allergy issues, if you have anyone who has respiratory health issues or getting over or wanting to prevent any of these things, bottoms of feet, chest, throat. I mean, come on. Breathe is a heavy hitter powerhouse oil. And I like it in this form. I like this diluted version, especially for my kids because it has a longer absorption time. So I don't have to remind them, hey, go get the Breathe and put it on again, you know? It kind of reminds me of the Breathe stick. We have a Breathe stick that kind of does that, right? But you get that longer, absorption. If you have a little bottoms of feet, right? Bottoms of feet for the Breathe. But what do you guys think on this one?
Oh yeah, for sure. For our allergy sufferers, I've got this one. Literally, it's on my bedside table right now. My boys love it for soccer. They keep one in their soccer bags to use right before soccer, both the being outside and what that does, with your allergies and just the, heavy exercise and that kind of thing. The Breathe is really helpful for.
Absolutely.
I agree. I love having it in the touch. And if you have anyone in, we talk a lot about kids with the touches, but it's also great for older adults who also benefit from the dilution because it's a little bit gentler topical application. So, for your older family members, friends, whatever, a Breathe touch is a really nice gift actually to help with their, respiratory support.
Yeah. Anyone with sensitive skin. So a lot of times that can be younger children, seniors, or anyone who just would be someone who has sensitive skin. Start with the touches. Those are the way to go. And you're right. I think that if you have a family member who just thinks you're nuts because you like oils, but they have respiratory issues, this is the gift, right? This is the thing because the dilution really just makes it seem more approachable for someone who's not into oils. It's wonderful. Diana, what do you have for us on our friend, Mr. Breathe?
Well, it is the oil of breath, but when you look at the, at the breath, what does that mean? That means you are, when you're fearful or when you're concerned, you're not breathing in enough, right? You get the shallow breath. So this is going to help to support you when you're upset in that emotional place. And it also helps with grief because the lungs are a place where we hold our grief, and a lot of us are feeling that we can't breathe when we're so upset, so sad, so taken on with that moment of grief that we're having. And so it really just helps you to feel better, breathe in, and also just open up like emotionally. So it's a wonderful oil. And I keep it close. I have Breathe by the bedside as well because it's just like, and I have it in my diffuser every night too, but it's just there, like in a pinch. I just grab it and use it right away, and you don't have to worry about it at all.
Yeah. I think emotionally you hit on it with the grief. And I think it's important to note that grieving doesn't necessarily just mean like loss of a loved one. There's changing of expectations, things that you could be finding disappointing or unexpected, and that you're struggling to process through, which I think we've all been through that in the past 2 years, of just sort of things just not unfolding the way that we've worked so hard to get them to unfold. And Breathe in a diffuser or like this in a touch can be so helpful in opening up, being able to receive the new version of things and embrace, find the happiness and such in there. So it's just I love Breathe in the diffuser. If you're wondering about the snoring, I mentioned big toe. Rub this all over the big toes. Also really good in the diffuser. Sounds weird. I know. It's kind of like a belly button.
Yes. It's keeping the marriage together over here.
He's still allowed to sleep in the bedroom with you.
No pillows have to be used to smother anyone. I just put some Breathe.
On your toes, on your toes. All right, now let's move into, so now those were all top 10 oils that we just talked about. Now, I'm not going to say that these guys shouldn't be in there because they are certainly honorable mentions, but you know, when you're going with 10, you gotta have some things. So Serenity, for me was one of Serenity and Balance, which we're actually going to talk about in a second. For me were two of my favorite oils when I first got started, especially combined. I love those two combined in a diffuser. They just are this lovely little balance together. Serenity is a restful blend. It is delicious to smell. I use this for anxiety as well as rest, sleep. So if you are someone who has like the racing mind at bedtime, this is a great tool for you to have in your diffuser going. It's just, but I mean, I've used it before like a kid's competition or anything stressful. Rub Serenity all over myself, all over my kids. You know, my husband's having stress at work. You know, Serenity in the diffuser. It's serenity. It's not just sleep. So I almost wish it wasn't called Restful Blend. I wish it was just called like Serenity because you need it all now, right? What do you guys think? How are you using it? And why do you love it if you do?
Same. I love it in the diffuser, and
Mhm.
specifically with Breathe together is really nice.
Ooh, that sounds amazing. I've never tried that.
A nice nighttime blend. Serenity and Balance, excuse me. Serenity and Balance mixed in a roller is a really nice calming
Mhm.
blend.
Yeah,
So
they
that's
really
the bulk of how we use it.
they walk well together.
Yeah, definitely.
That tree earthiness of the balance and then the sweeter lavendery calm of the Serenity just partner beautifully together.
Yeah.
Do we even need to know the emotional benefits of Serenity? Yes. But I mean, don't we all just need Serenity? Doesn't everyone
do.
just bomb Serenity all over the world right now?
Right? Yes. It's the oil of tranquility. And yeah, it's the thing that's great about it is that it does help with agitation. It does help with restlessness. It does help with that, you know, when you just feel out of sorts. And no, it's not going to instantly knock you out. So, it's really lovely. It has you know, it has wood and it also has floral in it, you know, it has the rooted, you know, vetiver rooting, you know, so it does, and it has herbal, you know, and cedar wood in there. So it's just a perfect blend of, you know, it has the lavender, cedar wood, hoe wood, ylang ylang, marjoram, Roman chamomile, vetiver, a little tiny bit of vanilla and sandalwood. So it has a lot in there and it's great on any kind of like, you know, you might want it in your, you know, bath, you might want it in your foot scrub, you might want it in your like in a shower gel even, just like it just really, you know, make a sheet spray to kind of spray it on the bed and have that kind of surrounding you when you lay down. Yeah, it helps you to unwind and to you know, stop overthinking everything and freaking out about everything and just really just get centered, just get held in serene tranquility. So yeah, it's the
Perfect.
oil of tranquility.
Yeah, it's I feel like Serenity and Balance, which I'm just going to go ahead and bump us over here to talking about balance a little bit. But these two oils, they're a beautiful blend, both of them individually. They do work well together, as we've said. But I find, especially with the Serenity, that as soon as you smell it, after you've used it for a little while, it trains the brain, right? As soon as I smell Serenity, I'm already exhaling and I can feel everything kind of like, okay, you know, and I love that association that we get from our oils. Once you've used them for a while, your body's like, oh, that's what we're doing now. We're chilling out. we're calming down, oh, that's okay. She's grabbed that bottle, and the same is true like in our home, your kids will start to associate those, oh, it's bedtime. Oh, it's like, it's like, when I don't know, when your kids were little and it was sort of like have that bedtime routine. So the mind starts to associate like, oh, we're going to have the bath and then we're going to read the book. And that trains the brain to associate those steps as, and now it's time to sleep. I feel like this is right there with that. Like as soon as, not necessarily just for sleep, but just for chilling out, right? On the Serenity, it's really helpful. Like I don't even have to wait for it to start doing its actual thing. My brain's like, okay, I'm with you. And Balance is the same. Balance was always my favorite oil. It's certainly a high blend favorite for me. That earthy tree love of it. This was my go-to. Balance and Serenity were my go-to for my anxiety before I found Adaptiv, Copaiba, and so on. That doesn't mean that Adaptiv and Copaiba are better. I still use these. It's just that I found, you work through stages, right? As far as what's working for you and ease of use, right? Balance is all at it's grounding.
It's a grounding blend. It's, helps you with being stable, with having some patience, with getting that separation from the moment, in terms of like there's stuff swirling around, but I'm whole and I am grounded. I am here, I'm present, and I can handle it. It really just gives you that a little space to perceive what's going on around you without being a part of it. And so it just supports you so well. And I mean, honestly, without Serenity and Balance, I might not have had a teenage son that would have survived to be an adult son, because he was just crazy. So it's so nice to have him. He was just like so, keyed up, amped up, filled with so much fire, and like, it was just like, okay.
So were you using the Balance on you, on him, or both?
In the air, on the kid. I was just like, you need to put this on, and we'll talk in a minute when we both had a second.
Just tent your home.
I don't want to talk to you right now. Just here's some oil. I'll spray you with it or something.
Gosh, that is so funny. Well, the Serenity, by the way, wholesale guys, $32 wholesale for a bottle of Serenity, and we're getting it for $11.22. Balance, I think I saw was 21. Yeah, I mean, this is just, I'm so excited about this deal. I hope that these are paired together, because I will be double stocking up on these. Everyone in our house uses them. They're just amazing, amazing blends. If you are new to getting oils, by the way, I go look at blends, because you're going to get so much bang for your buck in a blend, because you're getting so many oils. We've certainly had occasions where we've turned to a blend because it had a key oil in it that we needed, and it had other stuff. So it's like, okay, yeah, there's other benefits, but I really need this one right now. So like vetiver, for instance, in that Serenity, if you don't have vetiver, but you have Serenity, you can kind of, it helps you while you're getting started. Anything to add on our Balance? Besides that, it's delicious.
Good stuff. Yeah.
It's another one. Reach out if you've never smelt it. We'll send you a little sample. All right, now we're going into new and exciting Airax, right? I have been. Why have I been like the slow adopter? You know why? Because I was gone when Airax came out, and everybody got it, and I didn't get it because I was traveling at the time, and so it was like, I know Romelia like loves it. Everybody was like all about it. And then I got home and I was like, yay. And everybody was already like, yeah, we rode the Airax boat,
Been there, done that.
Yeah, we know, Kari, it's good in your water or whatever. But so Airax, hit me with the Airax, because I need I want that energetic wave that you guys had before with it that I missed out on.
Gosh, diffuser, 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 diffuser. Get it in your diffuser. I mean, it's so good for um literally cleansing the air. I mean, that's the whole intent with AirX.
Mhm.
It's very high in citrus oils, and it's literally meant to help keep your air in a purified state, right?
Mhm.
Which is really interesting in the way that the particles of our oils can literally latch onto things in the air and neutralize those threats.
Mhm.
So that's kind of cool. And it smells amazing. I love to put, On Guard is like my daily. It's in the diffuser all the time. But Airex and On Guard together is a terrific blend. It smells great, and just the benefits for you people who are walking around inhaling that all day are just terrific. Great respiratory and immune support.
Yeah, anyone who's, like, vulnerable to respiratory health issues should be using this in their diffuser in their home on the constant, right?
Yeah.
Just because it's so supportive in cleaning the air and helping all of that, supporting our bodies, through helping with the air that we're breathing, right?
Mhm.
Diana, tell us a little bit about Eric's. It does smell incredible. Such an interesting smell.
It
How
is. So
how
here's the ingredients: litsi, tangerine, grapefruit, frankincense, and cardamom.
Yeah,
So it's got so many good things to help you. And
for sure.
it's the oil of discerning, right? So it helps you to really figure out how to break any kind of destructive pattern that you're dealing with, especially if there's like a thought pattern that keeps recurring to you that, like, especially like our negative self-talk type of thing, anybody who has like that, where you tell yourself, oh, you're just screwing it up or whatever, you're just talking to yourself really badly. This is something that can really help you to lift yourself out of that behavior and stop contributing to the things that are unkind and that are unpleasant in the world, because you're treating yourself with that way. And then how are you treating other people? Maybe you don't
Yeah.
realize it, but you might be, letting it out onto other people too. So, or they're doing that to you, and it's just really, weighing you down. So this is going to help, break out of those patterns and bring in, a more discernment and more ability to make the right decision, right? The right decision, the uplifting decision, the decision that brings you forward in life and brings us all forward, as opposed to, just staying stuck and or just, taking us backwards into,
Mhm.
sticks and stones. Let's not do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, it is interesting how I love it when an oil has such strong and powerful emotional benefits, even if you're diffusing it because you just wanna clean your air. Like, all of a sudden, you're walking around feeling all good and being positive, and your air is clean too. So, what would you say if you could pinpoint the difference in uses between a Breathe and an AirX? Like, at what I mean, I have a sense, of what I would
I
say, but
put it in my water.
in the water. So internal use, which is a big difference.
Yeah.
Breathe is not for internal use, right? But Susan, where would you say, like, if you were a person who we're looking at these two,
Mhm.
when would you use one versus when would you use the other?
Well, you could certainly use them together, right? Would be
Mhm,
an amazing blend. But
mhm,
I think of Breathe as bronchodilating. So, like when you want to open up airways, that's when you
mhm.
use your Breathe, right? Um, when you want to support your respiratory system in terms of cleaning up the air, that's when you would use your AirX.
Yeah. That's I was thinking that too, almost like that Breathe is like what's happening inside of your lungs.
Mhm.
Not that the RX wouldn't also be good there,
For sure.
but, and RX is kind of like stopping the bad things from ever getting there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you know? So both, you need both, because you want to do both, especially if you are someone who has, you know, a vulnerability, you know, in that area. But I think that people often confuse them, that one is, that they're kind of different versions of the same thing, but they're not. They are quite different.
And they do have a little bit of overlap in that the Airex has the cardamom in it, which is also
Yeah.
very bronchodilating and opening and, you know, those kinds of things, which is great to get all that stuff down into the lungs, all those great citrus oils that are cleansing and are going to help, you know, keep you from getting sick, basically.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they help to reduce that mucus buildup, you know, help so much. Yeah, really interesting. I'm so glad that we have this in the BOGO program too, because it is still a relatively new oil.
Mhm.
So it might not be something that people have. I think once you get it and you open it and you use it, like I have been doing, we will get the wave of excitement with more recipes for you guys coming all week, right? But, you know, having this during the springtime for allergies, wow, yay. Having it during any time in the past few years, and moving forward, now that we are all so much more aware of, you know, the importance of the air we breathe, the importance of keeping things clean, and supporting our body's natural strength through the environment that we curate for ourselves. I think that this is going to be a great tool to have for everyone. Okay, so let's look at, we already talked about our beautiful friend. Last thing on this list. Now, remember though, we do have some bonus stuff coming to those of you who don't have an account yet, but Adaptiv capsules, this is the only non-oil in this whole BOGO box for the week. And I couldn't be more excited for people to get this into their homes and get this into their lives. I love the Adaptiv oil. Absolutely love it. It smells amazing. It is just so wonderful. But if I had to only have one thing as what to start with or whatever of the Adaptiv line, it would be the capsules. They are my everyday this is why I have teenage people still, Diana. But really, this has been, thank everything in the world that Adaptiv came out when it did before the last 2 years of life. It has helped me personally, my family, and friends to really be able to adapt. I mean, right? To really be able to move through challenges or challenging times, without allowing everything to just kind of rip us apart and tear us down, right? It allows you to sort of move through. It's not that you don't feel things. This is not a numbing situation. It doesn't do anything of that nature. It just allows you to, it's almost like a breath that happens between info coming in and your reaction. There's a moment there that instead of just info and reaction, it's info, take a breath, then react. You know, can you feel what I mean there? That difference? That's big. A breath can make a big difference in everyone's world. But if you're someone with anxiety or with, you know, issues of that nature, learning how to take a breath and having a tool that supports doing that naturally for you or with you, has been amazing. So, how are you guys loving using, not using, whatever? Have you guys been using the capsules, or are you more oil?
I have to admit, I have never used the capsules. And the reason why is that 2 of my children love them and request them constantly through the school year. And so I'm usually trying to keep them stocked. And so they've both been asking me, we kind of fall off of it, over breaks. And so they kind of fell off of it over Christmas break. And then school started again and they were both like, you know, college students, where's the Adaptiv? And I need a bottle of Adaptiv. And don't we have any more Adaptiv? So I got them some Adaptiv, but I'm really happy that it's in this BOGO because whatever it's paired with, I'm sure I can use. And I'm going to have to double up on that, particular deal and stock up on the Adaptiv because once they get going on it, they take it faithfully because they both feel like it really helps with school related anxiety. So
Yeah.
that's a win for me.
It's huge to know. It is good for situational anxiety, not just people have chronic, who just kind of live with it every day.
Right.
It can be a great tool, like you're saying. And what's beautiful is, unlike other things that you cannot go on and off because it's spring break or because
Right.
it's summer break, you can totally go on and on. This is simply an aid. It is in no way, I don't know. I usually associate the idea of anything that I take in pill form. First off, I get a little bit like, which I don't know. I just do. It's just the times I grew up in. But also anything that has to do with supporting anxiety or stress, I typically kind of shy away from, because I think it's going to be either habit forming, it's going to reduce my ability to adapt without it, you know what I mean? And it's going to be something that I'm not able to start and stop at will.
Right.
And this is not the case with the Adaptiv.
And that's the thing, is that it's a supplement, right? It's there to support that balanced functioning, that our body's looking for, and that's what it does. It just fills in the spaces where you need that support, and is really effective at
Yeah.
that job.
I've told the story before. The only reason I actually tried Adaptiv before this, I was using Serenity and Balance, and honestly, a lot of my anxiety was reduced through just the lifelong vitality, right? And so I have done a whole class on this, and it's recorded somewhere. I think it's on our YouTube channel. But I was at convention, and when you go, you can buy a whole kit of all the new products, and this came with the kit, and it was one bottle of it. And I just thought, I should try it just for the sake of, understanding what this feels like and how this is. And man, oh man, I've said it so many times, but I thought I was doing well. I thought I had my anxiety under control, and I did. I wasn't having anxiety attacks anymore, but I didn't know that I could. I didn't know that I could then take that to another level, to like thriving,
Right.
even in things that were previously triggering or challenging. I could not just be okay through it. I could do great through it. And that was the difference that Adaptiv made. So yeah, it's just fantastic. I mean, emotional benefits are all of it, right, Diana? I mean, it is emotionally supportive.
Oh my gosh, it's just so good for like, that's the thing that is the key, really, because my husband and I are taking it, daily, and then there's some days when you're like, I'm gonna need another one of those because I'm about to lose it about something, just that's the way life is lately, especially around here with all our issues with our pipes and plumbing and stuff that we've been having. And my kids definitely take it situationally. So they're having to, like, do a job interview, do this, they're adult kids. They're not really kids, but, they want it. They're like, yeah, I need that because, in a little, my stomach is just, flipping and flopping around, and I have to go, talk to people, and I don't want to do it without some support. And so, yeah, it makes a world of difference, to be able to know that you can use it both ways, and that it has that feeling where it's not putting you to sleep. It's not having you, get kind of numb or anything like that. It's just really giving you the ability to support what you already have inside of you, which is your brain, to help you figure out what you're doing in the moment, and to give you that ability to make better choices with that, because you feel supported. You're not acting on impulse. You're not acting out of this fight or flight situation. And, it is crippling. It's absolutely crippling when you feel like this could happen to me at any time. And, my kids, even though I have a kid who has had panic attacks, you know, and isn't using it like daily, it still has helped in those moments. She prefers the Copaiba for that, but for calming down, that's like a daily thing, and it's just like all the time. But it's something that if you can feel like that's not right around the corner for something that's going to happen to you. Like that's not right around the corner where you're just going to totally break down. Like, oh my gosh, that's priceless. I mean, that is absolutely priceless. Who wants to be in that situation? Nobody,
Yeah.
So the Adaptiv just supports you. And like you said, it's not, you don't have to wait for it to start working a month or whatever. And you don't have to go off of it. You can just use it, and you can use your oils, you can use the roller, and you can just like sit there and go like, okay, I'm getting it all back together, and I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. Sometimes even just knowing that you have the tools is supportive in reducing the anxiety, right? It is. I want to add really quick that yes, you can take one a day, you can take 3 a day, you could take one in the morning and then have a situation that you decide you want to take another, and there is no point at which you're like, ooh, that kicked in. Okay. Also, it's not like that. It really is just almost like a balancing, supportive dietary supplement. I mean, and that's what it is. But it is not a feeling of something has changed. It is simply feeling more adaptable and ready. And you really don't notice it till you look back. You kind of look back and go, dang, I haven't had those, that chest feeling, that tight chest, or the I was able to handle, wow, I really moved through that pretty well. Or, or you can see it in other people. Like I'm sure my family can see it in me when I do or do not take it. As the same way I do in them, but it's just a fantastic tool. And I just think, like I said, I would never have tried it. I would never have thought that I needed it or tried it if it weren't for the fact that it was kind of like I got it for free in my, or, I say free, I paid a lot of money for that box, but it came in the box. I didn't specifically go buy it, but you know what I mean? It came in the box and it was kind of like, well, I give it a try. I was like, dang, okay. Who knew? What are they going to come out with in the future? I think I'm going to be able to fly at some point. I'm going to have superpowers. Okay. Anything to add on this? We are good to go. Wow. Look at us. We are long. I do want to throw this in here because this is super important. Enrolling with the BOGO box. So if you do not have a membership yet, don't pay nearly $200 for this box. Pay the $146.50 for the box because you do not have a membership fee. It is free for you. So you're going to get that membership price for your BOGO box. If you don't know how to do that, reach out to one of us. We will help you. Our email addresses again are in the little boxes by our faces, or in the notes below, but we will happily help you to figure it out and give you all the support that you need on your journey. If you are already working with someone who is in doTERRA, ask them, say, hey, I want to get the BOGO box thing with the free membership, and they will hook you up. Now, earlier I mentioned that there would be some freebies that you could get added on because you were just now getting started. And that is because in March, we have this fantastic special where if you place an order, an enrollment order, excuse me, of 150 PV, which this is just shy of. I think we're at 137.5. Am I looking at that right? It's very small on my screen, sorry. You're going to get for free a full-size tube of the Deep Blue and a bottle of Deep Blue oil, which is a fantastic, okay, it's also one of the top 10. So at this point now you've gotten, nearly all of the top 10 oils. You're going to get that free citrus bloom, but you're also going to get a free sample of the Melama, which is it's like the first time I smelled beautiful. Have you guys gotten yours? Is it just divine?
Love it.
It's like transportive. Like I am in Hawaii. I'm like, oh my gosh, how is this so good? That Hawaiian sandal. Oh, it's just delicious. Anyway, so you're going to get a little sample vial of that. So how do you do that is you're going to add something to that order of the BOGO box. You're going to get with your person. You're going to get your BOGO box ordered. Then you're going to add something that just bumps you to that 150 position on your order. And there's a few suggestions down here of things that will just kind of be enough to bump you, but there are a lot of options there. So this is where you really want to work with someone to figure out what's the best thing. I would suggest talking to them about maybe an issue that you want to start with, and they will help you to find, you know, the price point of something that bumps you to that 150, but also addresses an issue that you have with yourself, your loved ones, your pets, or something, so that you're getting the most bang for your buck. But yeah, that's it. As far as tomorrow, I want to talk really quickly about a difference that's happening with our BOGOs this time around. Typically in the past, there would be actually, I mean, even the BOGO boxes are kind of new, right? It's been a few years now where you could order everything at once. But then after that, what would happen was we didn't know all of the oils, right? The BOGO box would only tell us 5 oils, and then the rest would come. And then each day it would be like, today's oil is order tea tree and get a free lavender, right? And then you could order up to 4 of those or 5, whatever it was. And then the next day, and you had to order that by midnight or else then it was gone, right? Then the next day it was, you know, order a beautiful, get a whatever, right? You guys follow me? And that was good for 24 hours. So these were each isolated into 24-hour bubbles, and you never knew what was paired with what. Well, starting tomorrow, we're going to know all the pairings, and you will be able to order any and all of them as early as tomorrow. So absolute flexibility on how you order. At least that is the way I understand it. Is that how you ladies have read it and understand it too?
That's how I understood it too, which is huge and such a big difference from how BOGOs have always been done. But
that's a game changer.
It really is, and so helpful, I think, in a time when shipping is so unreliable, unfortunately, you know, because of things going on in the world, to be able to just look at everything tomorrow and say, okay, these are the ones I want extras of because I don't need the whole entire box, or I need multiples of something like lavender. Be able to order them all at one time, all on one day with one shipping fee is huge. Or no shipping fee, right?
I was just going to say,
no shipping fee.
No shipping
That makes
fee.
you a super shopper at that point. Oh my gosh.
Well,
that is like up leveling your shopping level.
And can we talk points?
Yep.
You know, being able to say, because typically you have to hit at least 50, I think, PV in an order to start accumulating points. We're going to be able to make all those decisions tomorrow. doTERRA is so smart in looking at the shipping situation. You're right, Susan, and saying it's ridiculous for us to have people having to order or changing the order. I mean, that's why we have the BOGO box, but some people weren't sure and they would end up ordering every day. Well, that's a lot of shipping happening, a lot of packaging, a lot of stuff. It's just not necessary. This way we get the chance to look at the BOGO box, be excited about things, see how they pair, decide, hey, I want 3 more of those.
Right.
Put all of that together in one order, and order it. Now, do you have to do it in one order? No. Yes, you can later in the week go, you know, darn, I really, as long as they don't run out, right? I really think I need more Adaptiv or whatever, and order more. You can do that. So we just have all the freedom and flexibility at this point.
No more missing out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I meant to order it and I forgot. And now the deal I really wanted and waited for all week is gone because it's after.
I missed the midnight. I missed the midnight mountain time deadline. Exactly. And I mean, even just financially, we're all kind of, you know, keeping a closer eye on our finances, and being able to pick and choose what works for us is going to be so helpful for everyone. So we're really excited about it. We also understand that it can be kind of confusing if you're new to all of this. And we are happy to help just answer your questions. And believe me, we all had 50,000 questions when we first got started, and we asked them. And honestly, I still find myself having a lot of questions. I'm like, well, like I said, am I reading this right? Is this really what's going to happen? You know, we're figuring it out too. So I hope this has been helpful. I mean, I think it's been a blast. I can't believe we've been sitting here doing this for 2 hours, but it's been the best 2 hours of my month. I'm super excited about everything. Do you guys have one thing really quick before we go that you're most excited about? What's the number one got to have it in this box.
Ooh.
I know it's impossible,
So
right?
many. There's so many, but for me personally, I'm super excited to get Lavender and Airx on a BOGO because I buy them anyway, and I'm really excited to see what I get more of with them because I'll max those two out for sure.
Yeah, so true.
I
Diana?
find that before you know it, you're running out of something and you're just like, you just don't think you're like, oh, I have that. And then you go and you're like, like, how am I going to go to bed tonight? How am I going to, whatever it is, like, you're just like, oh no, I don't have it. So definitely stock up and get your necessities sort of BOGO box, which I so appreciate. And I mean, if a person, look at the savings, you get 7 for free. So you're paying for, only a few oils, and then you're getting 7 just along with it. And then if you bump up and you're new, you're also going to get the deep blue, both the rub and the oil. So, I mean, I'm just think this is just a smoking deal. Like,
Yeah.
if you're skipping this, I don't know what you're thinking.
That's like an additional 60, I want to say $64 getting the 2 deep blue products together as a bonus is and that's wholesale. That's the wholesale value.
And you're getting your membership fee waived.
Right.
So you're getting basically what used to be our top 10 kit.
Right.
Which was over, wasn't it? I mean, I think you got a diffuser though, but it was set around 200. So,
but
right?
It was like 250.
Yeah. It was expensive.
For the big bottle. So these are all big bottles except for that deep blue, right?
Because which is how it comes. It's not like you're getting a little halfy. That's how it comes. Yeah. It's a 5 ml. Right. So yeah, the deal, I think I can't pick the deal as my favorite thing, but it kind of is just the idea of $11.22 per product, not including that deep blue, because I'm not eligible for that because I already have an account. But that's
then you're getting your points, right? So that's the beauty is you're getting something, whether you're just starting out or whether you've been with doTERRA forever, you're getting an extra bonus on top of that. So,
so we always try to throw out an order tip towards the end for you guys. So if you've hung on this long, I'm going to say it. If you want the BOGO box and you're not overwhelmed with, I have to have the citrus bloom, I'm going to say, I'm going to wait and order my BOGO box tomorrow. It might run out, but if it doesn't, I can order my BOGO box and my one-offs of the different days all in one order, get my free shipping. I mean, I know I'll get free shipping today, but I can just do it all at once and have it all come in one box. It's a little bit risky because you might miss out on the citrus bloom. So that's a decision you can make. You still get the free shipping if you just order the box. But I do think that if you are, looking to reduce shipping and meaning not cost, but just, actual boxes flying all over the country, and you want to kind of be able to pick and choose some additionals and you don't want to have to deal with it twice, that's something that you can do. Because they're saying that the box is going to stay. It's not over at midnight. It is staying until supplies run out, which hopefully won't be just today. Watch, I'll panic and I'll order it today. Because I'll be like, I really do want the citrus bloom. And I do really want the citrus bloom. I'm not saying I don't, but, we always try to look at, smart ways to order. Like, what's the smartest way to order? And get, I want to maximize my points. I don't know. Do you guys think, what do you think? What kind of tips? You've already ordered. Now, are you going to order more BOGO boxes today, Susan? Or are you thinking that you wait?
I will definitely wait until tomorrow because I know there are I want to see what the pairings are. And I know, like I said, tea tree, lavender, lemon, I'm going through those so much. Airx, I mean, those are the things that I really want to, if any of those could be paired together, that'd be amazing. But I will definitely be ordering extras of just those. And then I'll get to the point where there's so many I'm ordering extras of, I will just say, oh, to heck with it, I might as well just get another box. Yeah.
Because then you get the citrus bloom, right? You get more. You actually get more.
I will talk myself into, of course I need more Adaptiv. And of course I need, you know what I mean? It's just such a good deal of so many basic things that we are using every single one of those things right now.
Yeah. So, my dream pairing would be Adaptiv and beautiful. Do you think they can do the Adaptiv capsules and free beautiful? Because that would be called the Kari special.
Yeah.
And
There you
we
go.
can I'd be like, it's Kari special day. Oh, that'd be so funny. Yeah, so it's an exciting box. I love that it's all super useful. It's not too exotic. You're going to use every single thing in this box. You're going to use every single thing in this box. If you know, I don't know, if you have questions, reach out, right? Anything to add, guys?
I think we got it.
I think we got it, right? We really
No, it's awesome.
but
So
so
exciting.
fun. Normally we do a BOGO brunch every day. We won't be doing it this time because we already know them all. So this will be posted every day. So you get 2 hours of joy.
Watch a little each day.
Yeah. I will try to put in, if I can figure out how to do it, the little chapter markings that talk like show like when we're talking about tea tree or when we're talking about Adaptiv or whatever, so that maybe people can navigate their way through. But we'll see if I figure that out or not. Anyway, thank you so much to Joan and to Susan and to Diana and to everyone who was watching and listening, and to everyone who commented. It makes it so much more fun when people comment and so much more interactive. But have a great rest of, it's Wednesday. This is going to be
Wednesday.
for the rest of the, I'm going to feel like it's Monday all day because it's BOGO Box Day, but it is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.